Tua in the backfield, Mostert to his side. It is a 1st and 10, and Tagovailoa 4 of 6 through the air. Nice block by Hunt. He's got Tyreek Hill, and hold on to your Hex. Down to the 47. Brought down by Neiman.
So far, they've held up pretty good.
2nd and 13, they need the 45. And he's got him. There goes Hill. He gets by James. Breaks a tackle with Jackson. Off to the races and ushered out of bounds by Gilman.
He's as quick as a hiccup, as you said, Kevin, but he's also strong as a running back, and he reminded us of that in meetings yesterday. Said a lot of defensive back. Josh Boyer.
Yep. So that was a interesting call. And look at what the poor punt with the best beginning field position, 35 of LA. He's got Hill. That's a touchdown.
Drops down. Derwin James was dropping down, so that left one-on-one to the outside. J.C. Jackson, who just had the big interception on last series, they would go for it here on 4th down, but let's see how this third down unfolds.
Tagovailoa, Hunt the block, Tua on the move, going deep, speed race. He's got Hill. He's got Hill. He beat James. What a play. Ezekoma is in the backfield. And they go to the end zone and caught. Hill. Touchdown. Touchdown.
One-on-one against Michael Davis to the corner. What a day for Tua Tagovailoa. 466 yards and his 3rd touchdown of the day. Davis not able to locate the ball, and Hill bringing it in for the Dolphins to take the lead.
A lot of picks will be forthcoming here.
At a timeout, clock starts. Tua looks, throws, touchdown Tyreek Hill. No deep balls for Hill, but he gets free. A beautiful 2-minute drive.
So you're going to get the motion outside. So the outside guy goes, but look how far inside Duggar is. There's no way he could cover Tyreek Hill. So the motion that they did set up the perfect situation.
Turner Yell makes the stop in the secondary for Denver. 1st and 10. The fake. Good block in there, and down it goes. Caught at the 30. This is the dynamic Hill. He's in for 6. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown.
Robbie Chosen is lined up on the right. He's going to come in and sit down. Keep an eye on the safety, but then it's Tyreek Hill moving his way to the back. This is what the defense sees. Watch off the play fake. He gets his eyes. He's looking at Chosen. The safety jumps it, which allows Tyreek Hill.
Tommy Novus may have played in that game for the Falcons. I don't know. 2nd down, 14. Fake to Mostert. And a block by Wynn, and downfield it goes. Caught by Hill. 15-yard line.
Mathis has a hold of the arm and the jersey of Hill, and yet he's able to fight through it and still get the reception.
Ingold is the fullback. Here's the give to Hill. Shakes off a hit. And then hops out.
It certainly is. 1st down and 15 following the penalty. Tua swings it out. Speaking of fast, how about Tyreek Hill? Hill inside the 20 and then finally chased down. Wow.
There's Tyreek Hill in a little squat position. You kind of see him, you kind of don't. Goes on that flexed out motion, and as soon as he cuts back, he is out the gate. Now the problem is, you say, well, take the right angle to pursue.
Dolphins have run 17 consecutive plays. You had the interception return for a touchdown in the middle. Now going deep to the far side, caught. It's Hill. Touchdown. 69 yards.
Tua 3 of 3. Hill on the move. It's Hill. Makes one miss. He's by midfield. 2-minute warning. Each team 3 timeouts. Ahmed the back. Tua 3rd and 6. He's 12 of 16. Lamb the block. Go. He's got him. He's got Hill. And they've got a touchdown. Oh, he smoked him.
Deciso back on the backside. Tua comes out looking to his left the entire time, and Tyreek Hill just one-on-one with no safety help from Farley. That's a tall order against the fastest wide receiver in the NFL. A game in offense and just over 200 in the first half.
Ahmed the back, Lamb the block, the throw. It's caught by Hill. Look at him. He's slippery. Rocketing his way. Slaloming out of bounds. They get to the 26.
Or at least for the Dolphins' sake, you hope it's just cramping up, because
I thought earlier on he had made a move like this too. Look at the accelerator was on, and then he says he knows when to let up.
Yep.
And he did. A blinding talent.
Tua fires left side for the end zone. Tyreek Hill touchdown. The timing of Tua and Tyreek do it again, and Miami gets back in it at 17-9.
This was double coverage. He had support from the safety. They were going to bracket him, and he ran right past both of them. Terrell Edmonds as well. He's played for a long time with Pittsburgh. There is no way to calculate what it's like.
This is the type of running back that Mike McDaniel likes. These underdog guys that have had to grind and prove themselves.
Some more misdirection. Tua slinging it to the end zone. It's caught. Tyreek Hill. Brilliant pass from Tua, and Miami strikes back.
Here is what you can't do. You can't have an inside and an outside player, because he's just gonna run right past it. You saw the same thing last week in Philly, and if you don't disrupt him, you have no chance. There's absolutely no chance to replace and take some pressure off of his offensive line, or if he tries to run the football.
Tagovailoa up the seam. That's where they like to go, as Hill finds a little bit of daylight. First down and more, Miami.
Tua turns, has it over the middle to Tyreek Hill, makes a move, and Tyreek Hill.
Waddle on the move, Tua to the air. Nice looking catch, Hill in a thicket. Brought down by Hobbs. They're into Raider territory at the 38. Gain of 17. Wilson on the move. Tagovailoa. Nice catch. Here goes Hill. Kiss him goodbye. Touchdown, Tyreek Hill.
When Wilson comes in motion, he's going to sit down. That draws the attention of Spillane. So the underneath coverage is up tight. That creates a window. You hit him in stride. Nobody's catching Tyreek. Antonio Pierce is preaching.
Raiders have 6 in the secondary. 3rd down and 8 for Tagovailoa. Throws caught again. There's Hill. Bouncing off bodies. What a move. Lickety split. Down to the 40.
Different concept, similar design. Wilson goes to the inside to draw the attention of the safety Merrick, and then that sounds about right.
2nd down 8. Blocked by Jackson, going deep. Oh, he's got a wide open Tyreek Hill, who dances and out of bounds. Plays of 20 yards or more in the NFL and back of the Lions. 2nd down 6. Blocked by Ahmed and a throw downfield, and who else? We're in Trent Green's number 10. It's Tyreek Hill. Play in a 1st down for Miami.
I think he's made number 10 his own, that's for sure. And his speed.
Down the sideline. Guess who's out in front? And a saving tackle. He came out of last week's game with a hand injury for a while, got back in, and now this.
Yeah, 3rd down and long. You're going to put corners on islands. DJ Reed is very good, but you're talking about 1 of 1.
In South Beach. 3rd and 2. Here's Hill. 1st down. Lots more. Bounces off a couple of tackles. Takes it to about the 10-yard line. Tackled there by DJ Reed. They're 1st in points, 1st in total offense. They're 1st in rushing. The pass here. Here's Hill. Escapes a tackle. Into the end zone he goes for the game's 1st touchdown.
Whitehead's a good player, but I love how they move Hill around. He's a lot of times motioning out of there, but you got a safety on a running back. And that running back, in this case,
running back against a linebacker. Achane against Davis, top of the formation. Tua lofts it. Tyreek Hill on cue. You're not going to catch him, are you?
No.
Nope. Touchdown. Explosive Miami play for 78 and a...
You know you're man-to-man because Jamin Davis followed the running back out there, so you're going to get that opportunity. And anytime you've got an opportunity, where you going? Number 10, right? So dynamic. He's uncoverable.
Here comes a blitz from Washington. Trying to get to Tua. One-on-one. Hill. He found it. He's gone. Another long touchdown for Tyreek.
Blitz off the edge, and then watch this. Tua just sees it one-on-one. I'm just going to loft it up there, let my guy make an adjustment, and that is so tough. Tyreek Hill out there making the adjustment to the football. Look at, gets on top of the DBs right off the bat, and then just 10 different offensive linemen have played in a game, and they've had all kinds of different combinations as well, Adam.
8 of them counting today. Tua Tagovailoa finds Tyreek Hill on third down. He's been the safety blanket today. The 2 touchdowns and then that conversion.
Tua scanning downfield, tries to fit it in beautifully. Tyreek Hill making 2 huge impact plays on this drive.
Are you kidding me?
Zachan in motion, fake to him. Tagovailoa, there's Tyreek Hill. Good catch in the spin, and he's down to the Dallas 40.
Could have attempted a 63-yard field goal. Tagovailoa. High archer, over the shoulder grab. Tyreek Hill. First down, Dolphins.
Jeff floats in the back. 3rd and 14. Bills bring 4. Tua fires high but brought in across midfield by Tyreek Hill.
Goes up and gets it. The timing that they have on that play is just impact.
3rd and a yard for Tua. Swipe the tight end in motion. Tagovailoa throws. Touchdown! Tyreek Hill in front of Benford. Puts Miami back in front.
On the outside, working against their best now remaining, Christian Benford. And nobody wants to try and cover this guy one-on-one, and nobody wants to try and stay with him doing flips and back flips and everything in the end zone.
2nd and 1. Tua fakes and takes the shot downfield for Hill. Gotta come back. Tyreek got it inside the 10. Keeps running to the end zone. Touchdown, Tyreek.
Absolutely love the call. Put Tyreek Hill in motion. Does this more than anybody else. Give him a chance to get a running start and simply run by Trent McDuffie. 2nd and 1, they go play action. Throw it up to their best player. Tyreek Hill finishes.